Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, if you just joined us, Charlamagne gave Donkey of the Day to Eric Holder. That's the man that allegedly killed Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah, we just saying allegedly for, I guess, legal purposes.
Correct.
Yeah. Dude's probably dead by now, though.
Yes.
But if he's not, he needed to hear what the hell I had to say.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not even just for Eric Holder, man. It's for a bunch of us. Because I'm telling you, man, we keep, passing off this pain and trauma and calling it culture.
Right.
And like I said earlier, like, I don't want to feel like I can't go back to my community and be around my own people. But a lot of times, man, when you in the entertainment business in some way, shape, or form, the biggest threats on your existence are coming from your own people.
And in my case, it's only my people. It goes to the point. So we're taking your calls, 800-585-1051. We're asking, keep it real or keeping it alive. And the reason why we're talking about this is, like Charlamagne said, the biggest threat a lot of times are the people that look like us. A lot of times when we try to go back to the hood or go to the hood, it's our biggest fear. And the reason that myself, even my moms, my pops, my wife, they want me to be careful a lot of times when I go out to the hood or I go to these clubs, I go to these different places. But as a kid growing up, my biggest, the people that I seen really doing it was the drug dealers. And they weren't up to no good. And they were pushing kids to do things because they just felt like these kids wanted money. They wanted to drive cars like the drug dealers. They wanted to wear jewelry like the drug dealers. It was a big thing as a kid, and I remember seeing it, and I remember looking up to some of these drug dealers like, damn, I want a car like that, or damn, I want that. So the fact that I'm able to get out of Queens and be able to do it in a way that is not selling drugs, that is not illegal, that is doing things that I enjoy, whether it's DJing, whether it's doing real estate, I like to go back to those areas to show these kids that you ain't got to do it illegal.
So you go back to show inspiration.
To show inspiration.
Yeah, I think it is important. We talk about investing into our community, and you think about how your life could be changed by somebody who was doing something legally and showing positivity. I think it's great. Just, I still live in Brooklyn. I live in Bed-Stuy. And I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from Flatbush. But I still live there. We have a business in Bed-Stuy also in Brooklyn.
I think it's different for women, Yee.
You think so?
I definitely do. I think it's different for women in this hip-hop hood environment than it is for guys.
But, I know I purposely wanted to do that just because I am from there. So I think it's important, like, even when I come outside, I get a lot of love in my neighborhood. People come up to me. Kids have come up to me and said how inspirational it is to see me and how,
I ain't doing
so
that.
I do appreciate that.
I can't have my kids walking up and down them streets like that and not being protected.
I mean, I give back. I don't know if I necessarily go back. I mean, I go back every now and then, but I'm not going to be just, like, hanging out in the hood, kicking it just so people can be like, oh, Charlamagne's still real.
But it's great to be able to open a business or invest in a business that's in your community.
That's what I mean by giving back.
I think that's great.
But even with the real estate seminars that I do, if you think about it, I'm doing it in Southside Jamaica, Queens. I did it at a club in Missouri. I do it in Patterson. I do it in Atlantic City. I'm going to Detroit. I did it in Miami Beach. I did it not Miami Beach on Collins, where the beach is. I'm doing it in the areas where it's a lot of low income, where a lot of people don't have money or have a little bit of money and just trying to figure out what they can do to invest. I do it in those areas because those are the areas where I'm from.
Yeah, and even me, like if I buy a property in the hood, right, like in Mounts Corner. If I buy a property in Mounts Corner and it's a commercial property, when I lease, the people who I think about leasing to, I want to make sure they look like us. Absolutely.
Right.
You know what I mean? I want to make sure they look like us. I want to make sure they're going to be hiring people that look like us. Like all of those things go into consideration when you do own these properties. That's my idea of giving back, on top of, doing the book bag drives every year and the turkey giveaways and all of that good stuff. And just being there for your
I think it's great
people.
when you can provide. Like, look, we got the book club that we do is free for people to come to the book club. We provide the books. We bring the author, and that's in East New York. And I think things like that are amazing when they can happen. And I think in general, most of the people are good people.
But y'all niggas, but y'all black men.
Most people are good people.
But y'all black men just got to stop killing other black men. Because the truth of the matter is, man, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Boy, white people are so easy to deal with compared to y'all niggas. That's just the truth of the matter.
No, it is.
You know
what
I'm saying?
I mean, look, they shot up my car 6 times a year and a half ago. I was in the car. They were trying to rob me. That was people that look like me.
You want to just
people
talk about
people that look like me.
And that's just the most recent attacks.
That's right.
We're not talking about life historically.
Right.
If I'm just talking about the last decade, the only people that ever tried to attack me in these streets have been my own people.
Look like me.
Same people I would go to bat for. Same people I would help.
It's the truth.
Are the only people that be trying to hurt me.
Nikki, good morning. Nikki.
Yes.
Good morning. We're talking about keeping it real or keeping it alive.
I'm thinking keeping it alive.
Tell me what that looks like to you.
I feel like he would have had the same impact from doing the same thing that he was doing from a distance, not being in the hood. He could have had the same impact from being anywhere and just advocating and doing everything that he was doing without being in the hood.
I mean, you could be right, but my thing is this: it shouldn't have to be that way.
I can't say that though. It might have been one hater, but he might have changed 10 kids' lives.
That's real. I mean, that's true.
more
too.
than 10.
I also feel what you're saying, like because sometimes you do have to actually be there in order for them to feel where you're coming from, in order for the impact to actually take effect. You do have to be in the hood for them to see the change.
Right. All right. Well, thank you, Mama. Let's take your calls. 800-585-1051. We're talking keeping it real and keeping it alive. And I just want to say this. The best thing about me going out to the hood is not when somebody gives me a demo. It's not when somebody says they're a producer. It's when somebody pulls me to the side and says, Envy, I got a couple of grand saved. How do I get into real estate? I will sit in that club and talk to that person for hours to explain it to them because I want them to do it. But call us up right now. We're talking keeping it real, keeping it alive.
Yo, this Chris, man. What's up, DJ Envy?
What's up, Chris? We're talking about keeping it real or keeping it alive. What do you think, bro?
Man, and I think it's easy to say, man. It's hard, man. You know, you go back home, man, you think you're supposed to get that love, man, but at the same time, man, it's a lot of jealous and envious people out there, man. And I was talking to my homeboy earlier today, talking about Nipsey Hussle, man. Like, Nipsey was doing a lot for the community, man, doing more than what the mayor could have been doing. You know what I'm saying? And for him to get what he had got, man, that's crazy. Because I'm 28, man. I don't really remember Tupac and Biggie when they passed away, but this right here, man,
Right.
I shed tears behind this, man. Nipsey music, man, was crazy, man. He was just so positive, man. Made people get up and do what they needed to do to get by, bro. So hearing this, man, like Lil Boosie had an interview talking about.
Yeah, on Vlad TV. I remember that.
Yeah, it be the same people, bro. You go home, see people at home that kill you, man. You don't get killed in other places. You get killed at your home, man.
That's usually how it is.
It's unfortunate, man, because it happens so much, man. And like us as black people, man, we kind of get we kind of used to this, man. But it shouldn't be like this, man. Like we got to stop doing this, bro. It's crazy out here, man. And just everybody that we lost, man, behind senseless crimes like this, it's not the way, man. It's not the way.
All right, thank
right,
you, brother.
my brother.
All right, let's go to GG. No, what's your name, bro? Chevette?
Hello.
Hey, Chevette.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm sorry. We're talking keeping it real or keeping it alive.
Right. I feel like Nipsey should stay in the hood. He should uplift the hood. That was one person. He changed a lot of lives in the hood. I do feel he shouldn't have been so relaxed. He should have been, because dude left and came back, he should have had more security on with him if he was going to be in the hood. He was too lax because he felt like, he was safe, I guess, because that's his hood. But
I mean, I think from what we're hearing, it wasn't necessarily a confrontation. I think the guy was allegedly known as a snitch, and
Nipsey just didn't want him around.
Yeah, Nipsey said, you don't want to
told him he couldn't be
get
around.
the paperwork, and then you're all good. And dude said, okay. I don't think it was a confrontation per se.
Yeah,
at first.
I'm sorry, but when it happened, you saw the surveillance. He ran up on him. He ran back and then came back.
Well, he was shot at that time. He was on the floor. He was, he was.
If he had security with him, they could have handled that. Like
That's
she
true.
right. She right.
That's true.
She right. I mean, that's the other part of it too. Like, if you have an establishment like that whole, you should be armed security in that parking lot. I feel like you almost got to do that just for the community. You know what I mean? Like, sadly, we got to protect ourselves around our own people.
Yeah, but also you don't want to travel.
He changed a lot. He changed a lot of lives in the hood. And if he would have left and just said forget the hood, how many people would have turned out just like that scumbag? Like, how many people?
Thank you. But you know what, though? Sometimes you don't want to travel. Like, yes, sometimes I travel, and I do travel with an armed guard. And sometimes when I go to different situations, I'm armed because I'm licensed. But sometimes, like yesterday, I took my kids to the movie. I didn't have no security. It's just me, my daughter, and my son.
Yeah, but you wasn't in the hood either, though. You was in the beautiful suburbs. All right. All right, where you was the threat.
That's true.
All right, they see you with your little hoodie on. Like, who is this beige boy with his little beige
I'm the
kids? Hey, officer. Just on the lookout. I see a family of 4 Dominicans here.
And he also probably felt like this is my store. Everybody that works here, I know. So maybe he just was feeling comfortable in his own establishment.
But I'm going to tell you what E40 told me a long time ago. E40 and DJ Clue, and I'll never forget this as long as I live. You have to make it difficult for people. You know what I'm saying? Like, simple as that. Like, we don't have the luxury of being relaxed when you're in a certain position.
But sometimes it ain't in the hood. They punch you twice in the head, and outside ain't the hood over here.
Yeah, in Tribeca.
Yeah,
anything can happen anywhere.
Well,
yeah,
guess what?
You can get got anywhere.
Well, it happened to me a couple times before I finally started listening.
What's smart enough?
Now do that now. Guess what's gonna happen? Gonna be a white man that shoots you. White man in a suit gonna pop you, and you be like, damn. And you're going to wonder why your name ain't trending on Twitter.
Oh, my goodness.
Ain't going to be no hashtag for you.
What's the moral of the story, man?
The moral of the story is I think keeping it real is doing what needs to be done to survive. You know, protect your energy. You know, watch your energy goes up around and watch your energy goes down around. If your energy goes up in the hood, cool. If your energy goes down in the hood, run.
All right. Now, we got rumors on the way?
Well, since we're talking about Nipsey, let's talk about his Dr. Sebi documentary that he was working on. What's going to happen with that? We'll tell you who's stepping up to the plate.
All right, we'll get into all that when we come back. Keep it locked. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.